It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. I want to thank everybody that actually subscribes to my show and show me love all over the world. In the House of the Legends, I have somebody that I've met years ago when I was actually the cameraman here at BronxNet. And we kept in contact. I had some events that I was actually going to include with this person, and it just never came up. The pandemic just stole a whole lot from us. But in the House of the Legends today, we have the Queen of the Bronx, Appolonia Cruz. Welcome to my show, Apollonia.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Finally, I'm
Finally,
here.
right? I'm like,
Finally.
wow.
It felt like forever waiting.
Yes. So tell the viewers, actually, what is a drag queen?
Well, a drag queen. Well, I'm going to describe myself.
Okay.
I am someone who, I do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
I represent not only the LGBT, but I represent everyone.
Right.
It doesn't matter who you are. I also have heterosexual drag queen friends that are
Okay.
married, that have wives, they got kids, that do
Right.
drag for a living.
Okay.
It's not just a label for the LGBT. It's for, it's everybody.
Okay.
It's like an actor, like doing Broadway. You do a character.
Right.
So I consider myself a female impersonator.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do I do drag shows in clubs around the country,
Mm-hmm.
I also do theater,
Right.
and I also produce. I produce a lot of events
Right.
for our community in New York City,
Okay.
and this is what I've been doing for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. So back in times, when did drag actually erected?
Well, my memory of drag was with Divine.
Okay.
Divine was a larger than life character, and that was his character, Divine.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a lot of B movies and stuff like that. And that was when I discovered drag. And I said, one day maybe I could do the same thing.
Right.
And then that's what I did.
At one point when drag was actually erected, the society actually, did they actually receive it in a sense? Or
Well,
was there any type of, intimidation
well,
towards that?
I can only speak for myself.
Okay.
I haven't had a negative experience yet.
Right.
Because the way I portray myself on stage, it's very welcoming.
Right.
It's not offensive.
Okay.
I'm a comedy queen. I do
Right.
comedy. I could serve clown. I could wear crazy outfits, headpieces, and stuff like that. Other times I could dress like this, which I make fun of myself. I call myself a clown just like this too.
Okay.
The type of shows that I do and the type of events I produce is for the whole family,
Right.
and no one gets offended.
That's great. In the beginning, when me growing up as a person, when they actually encountered seeing a man dressed in a woman, they made so many, remarks about it, things of that nature, and now society actually accepts it.
I mean, I remember when I was a teenager, I had a family member that used to perform at this legendary club called Escuelitas.
Okay.
Back in the day, I'm talking about like in the late 70s.
Right.
And I remember the stories that she used to tell me, coming out of a club, being harassed. Other times, they were just, lonely men looking for a friend.
Right. Right.
But she said that she had a lot of positive experiences, some negative, but mostly positive.
Okay.
I think that it all depends how you carry yourself. You could be hosting a show, and then after that you say, well, I have another show to go to. So you leave
Right.
that venue to another venue. You're going to be out there, so you need to compose yourself, get in that car, and go to the next venue. Just to avoid situations.
How did you actually start doing events?
Um,
Apollonia? Appolonia.
I started producing events back in the day. I decorated my first wedding when I was 10 years old.
Okay.
I had my uncle's wife. She used to pick me up from school. I was a decorator since I was very little.
Okay.
I used to design clothes for dolls at age of 6
Wow.
for my cousins. So everybody thought I was going to be a fashion designer.
Mm-hmm.
And I never got to pursue it. I've been designing clothes for over 50 years, believe it or not.
That's amazing.
And I look good for my age, right?
You do. You certainly do.
So, you know, I was always designing clothes when I was little. I was decorating for weddings when I was like 10 years old, 14. So for me, it was natural. It was
Right.
just natural.
Okay. How did you get the name the Queen of the Bronx?
The Queen of the Bronx, some people think that I named myself that, but that's not so. Since I produce a lot of events for the community, so
Right.
we had senators, bowl presidents. They were the ones that named me the Queen of the Bronx
Okay.
because I'm not an agency. I'm not funded. I don't have grants. The way I make my events possible is I put my own booking fees. When I get booked for a show, I save that money. Plus, the community give donations, and that's how I produce my community events. That's when they started calling me the Queen of the Bronx. You know, uniting the community.
Let's talk about some of your television events.
Yes.
A lot of people have known you through that.
Yes.
You know, and what was your first show? Televised, actually.
Well, when I moved, I lived in South Beach. When I came back
Okay.
to New York City, I lived in the Bronx, which I still do. And then I attended this event called the Fish Parade on Hunts Point. I'm not sure
Okay.
if you ever heard of it.
No, I haven't.
Then normally they do it like in June. So I was dressed as a mermaid.
Really?
Yes, I was dressed as a mermaid.
Uh-huh.
And then this producer that had his own show on BronxNet told me, "Who are you? I want you to be part of my group." And I'm like, "Sure." And then that's when I started appearing locally in the Bronx for BronxNet and other TV shows. And I'm featured also in Spanish television a lot.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, Telemundo, Univision, and all that
Oh,
good
okay.
stuff. And you know, it's just a fun ride.
Traveling, where have you actually traveled? I know you did a lot of traveling through
Yes.
the years, so let's talk about some of that.
Yes, well, I was honored to be invited to serve as the host MC for this organization called Somos Inc. And it's like several days of festivities. And I was the one that emceed the LGBT portion of it.
Okay.
LGBTQ in Albany, New York.
Right.
So I want to thank Assemblywoman Karine Reyes for giving me that special invite.
Right.
And Dirk McCall. And besides that, I travel a lot to Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I love the club scene in Denver. Every time I go there, I perform. I also celebrate a dear friend's birthday.
Okay.
And I also, in Miami, where I started my drag shows, every time in Miami, I appear in a radio show.
Right.
And I always come out on a Spanish TV.
Okay.
Like similar to, let me see, similar to Maury, something like that.
Okay.
And, but Spanish.
Right, okay.
Like, I could name names, right?
Yeah.
I appeared in Caso Cerrado,
Okay.
which they show it like every 4 months they show it, and everybody's calling me, "I'm seeing you on TV right now."
Oh, wow.
I also appear in a radio station doing comedy skits in Miami and in New York City as well. And
Let's talk about the balls.
Yes.
Now, I know you featured in some balls. Now, before you answer that question, tell the viewers what the balls are and what they consist of.
okay, so a ball it's an event that is for the LGBTQ XYZ community. That they feature people going through a runway wearing fashions, or the trans women serving realness, or the gay boys serving butch cunt, which means very masculine, but
Right.
he's gay. So I've been to several balls at the legendary Roseland Ballroom representing the House of Ninja. I've never walked the ball, but I always went there to support them.
Right.
Help the girls get dressed in the back, and It's a fun event. It's an event that if you've never been to a ball before, you should go. The Latex Ball is the one that I recommend.
Okay.
It is made possible by GM's Gay Men Health Crisis. They do the Latex Ball. It's amazing, an amazing gathering.
Let me ask you a question. Is it true that men have a feminine side of them, of themselves?
Well, I have straight friends, 100% straight
Right.
male friends
Okay.
that are a little bit more feminine than me. Now, I don't consider myself
Really?
feminine.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it's that, a lot of them, were raised, the mama's boys. But I know a lot of mama's boys that are not femme, but I know several of them that if you meet them, you go, okay, he got sugar in his tank. But he's home with his wife and kids.
Right, right.
So for me, it doesn't matter. If you tell me you're straight, I'll treat you as a straight person. If you tell me, just tell me whoever you are, and I'll just give you the label that you chose, to be called.
Okay. So name some of the traditions of a person that's actually a drag queen.
The tradition, the tradition that I have is that in June in New York City is June Pride Month.
Right.
So it's like the holidays for us.
Okay.
It's like Christmas and Halloween
Right.
early in June. So we be, like, especially me, supporting all the Pride festivals all over New York City. I've hosted every Pride festival imaginable in New York and in New Jersey. I also saved the original Bronx Pride Festival, which I have in July,
Right.
going on our 12th year. And, I like to just honor the community.
Right.
With my events, we have people that don't know about the community, and they come to my events and they get informed.
Okay.
People that had doubts about the LGBT XYZ community, they'll go to my event. They go, wow, I went to our Appolonia Cruz event, and they had the mentality that drag queens are bad, and when they come to my events, they go, wow, they're so welcoming. They never expected that.
Wow.
They go, wow, it wasn't what I expected. They thought that we're gonna see naked people running around and stuff like that. When they come to my events, they see a quality showcase. I produce the most, at my Bronx Pride Festival and Health Fair, I have the most entertainers out of all the Pride festivals. I have like 75 time slots on my watch.
So listen, we're going to take a little break,
Okay.
but we'll be right back.
UNICEF Kid Power is offering free online dance and exercise videos with a twist. Kids stuck at home can get active and save lives locally and around the world. Sign up for free at unicefkidpower.org.
For the love of house.
The dynamic soul sounds of
For the love
DJ
of dance.
Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe. DJ Tyrone Lowe.
That's nice.
DJ Tyrone Lowe. The dynamic soul sounds of DJ Tyrone Lowe.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and my guest in the House of the Legends is Appolonia Cruz. Apollonia. So, through this whole journey,
Yes.
that you've been doing this, what's your dream at the end of the rainbow?
My dream is that a new generation of drag entertainers, LGBT, would continue what I have started.
The legacy?
Yes, we'll start because, I fought for marriage equality. I've been involved with so many programs here
Right.
in New York City, and I just would like to see the younger generation, getting ready.
Right.
So when we all retire, I've been in this business for over 33 years. So I would like to see the younger generation, get involved. Get
Okay.
involved. Come speak to me if they want to get involved. I could mentor them.
Right.
because I'm getting older. I'm not retiring anytime soon, but I'm
Right.
just saying.
Right.
I would like to see. I would like to mentor the new generation. If they want to do what I do, I could mentor them, because I'm the one that's been involved, in everything here in New York City.
Right,
actually.
right.
So I would like to teach a couple of the new
Okay.
ones. And
That sounds great. Who does your fashion? And who does your makeup?
well, I design my own clothes.
Okay.
I've been designing clothes since, like I said, since I was 6. Like I said, I was doing Barbie doll clothes before, but when I started designing my own clothes, I was already, I designed a shirt that I wore for a party in high school.
Okay.
Everybody was like, "Where did you get that shirt?" And I said, I designed it. They go, "Wow." They loved it.
That's kind of cool.
So I design my own clothes. Lately, because of the pandemic and because the bookings are kind of,
Right,
kind
right.
of hard right now, I've been buying stuff.
Okay.
And I buy stuff, online. But normally I design my own stuff because I like to be original.
Right, definitely.
Like, I don't want to go to an event and then have someone else wear the same outfit. So I design my own clothes normally.
That's great. And your makeup, who does
I do
that?
my own makeup,
Okay.
my own hair.
That's great.
I do everything. When it comes to me, I do everything. I do everything. When it comes to my events that I produce, I'm the producer, director, I'm everything.
Okay.
I do everything on my own, with my volunteers, of course.
Okay. Anybody that actually wants to get into your craft, what can you actually say to them to actually keep them encouraged at this point?
I ask them, I'll ask them if they're really serious about it.
Okay.
Because I don't like wasting my time. If I'm gonna mentor you, I want to see something. I want to see,
Right.
take my advice. Well, let me tell you, I show some new drag queens how to get themselves together.
Right.
I always get asked, even by those that transition as well. I've taught many trans women,
Oh, that's cool.
how to soften up some of the rough edges.
Okay.
Because some girls, they don't know.
Right.
They don't know, because they don't live the life that I live. I'm in the spotlight. I know a lot of trans that live behind the scenes. So I teach a lot of them also. I told them, listen, you could wear this, you could wear that. Because some of them are afraid to wear long lashes. I'm like, you don't need to wear long lashes.
Okay.
Because they tell me, Apple, I don't want to look like a drag queen. I'm like, you're not, but you need to wear lashes. Not the long ones like I have.
Right,
but,
right.
So I like to teach people. I like to mentor.
Do you find yourself reinventing yourself sometimes?
Oh, we have to.
Okay.
We have to, as an elder drag entertainer, we have to reinvent ourselves because there's a lot of new girls coming up. So I always reinvent myself. My mind is always planning the next thing. What am I gonna design? What I'm gonna wear?
Okay.
Because if you're an entertainer, you want to stand out.
Most definitely.
Because when I'm performing with a group of other drag queens, legendary ones, they're all like, "Apple, so what are you gonna wear?" I'm like, "I don't know, something simple." Then they go, "Damn, I have to go to storage now and bring out the big guns because they know I don't
Apollonia,
I don't
Appolonia
play.
is not playing.
I'm not gonna tell them what I'm gonna be doing." But
Right.
they'll go, "Oh man, I have to go to storage now because this girl's gonna bring out the big guns." So I like that. I really like that when the girls see that.
Okay.
Because I see it in myself. I always, we need to stand out.
Right.
If you are an entertainer in this business and you don't stand out, that means you're
Yeah.
not doing it right. I'm
Right.
sorry,
Most
you're not.
definitely. And you've been a lot of places, so you're definitely standing out.
Yes.
My question to you is that do you feel that society is always going to accept it to the point where it's going to be like on the upper, it's going to be on a high, on a low type of situation?
Unfortunately, the times that we're at right now, it's getting kind of difficult for
Right.
drag entertainers. It's getting very difficult. And I made a speech in Albany when I was emceeing their Pride Festival.
Right.
And I was like, we need to stick together. We need to fight this because the drag queens are getting a bad rap right now. And for me, it's unacceptable.
Is the politicians actually blocking all this in a sense?
A lot of the
way that
politicians are blocking it.
Okay.
Yes, they are. There's a lot of, there's over 200 anti-drag bills being proposed. Right now in Miami, one of the hotels lost their liquor license because they featured a drag show.
Really?
And I don't care if I name it the Hyatt Hotel, and I worked there too at one time many years ago. They lost their liquor license. It came out in the news
Wow.
that they lost their liquor license because they featured a drag show. Their governor is banning all that.
Wow.
So I think that's gonna, in the long run, it's gonna affect the Pride festivals in Florida because they said that they don't want the drag queens performing in front of children.
Oh, wow.
Which is unavoidable because a lot of the LGBT community, they have their own kids as well. So, this is kind of like, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough for us.
I want to shout out to my friend Anthony Parker.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man? Let's talk about some of your current events that's coming up, things
Okay.
that you're putting together right
All
now
right.
that you want to surface.
Okay, so I'm the one that saved New York City's longest running Bronx Pride Festival.
Okay.
I was there co-host with my sister, Dominic Jackson from Pose. Have you seen Pose? So
No, I
Dominic
haven't.
Jackson, I love you, girl. Honey, she's Miss Hollywood now, honey.
Okay, I hear that.
So when her show name was Tyra, me and Tyra used to co-host Bronx Pride Festival back in the day.
Right.
And then in 2012, I found out that the agency was going to close. So and then a group of us teamed up and we said, we're going to save this festival.
Right, right.
So in 2012, I teamed up with a group of people and we've saved the festival. And throughout the years, it's been me on my own
Right.
producing the festival and with the help of the community making their donations.
Okay.
Because I need to pay the DJ, I need to get my U-Haul rental.
Right,
I
right.
feel all of my entertainers. So I'm very grateful that the community still loves my festival. And I'm going to continue it until my last breath.
Okay.
It's going to be held on Saturday, July 15th at Crotona Park Amphitheater.
Okay.
Remember, in the Bronx, there's 4 Crotona Parks. The Crotona Park that I work for, that I do the events at, we're right next to Indian Lake. So if you get lost, just Google Indian Lake, and you're gonna see we're right next to the lake over a bridge. Then I have my 10th annual Christmas in July, which is on Saturday, July 22nd
Right.
at Borrego Point Park Amphitheater.
Okay.
All of the events that I produce, I have them in amphitheaters.
Okay.
So and then the amphitheater seats is very comfortable, and everybody loves it. I have people coming out of retirement, like people that don't come out no more.
Okay.
They come out for my events.
Oh, great.
Because they say, Apple, your event is so welcoming, and I know you work so hard for to make them possible. And they come out, people that from my own community that don't go out no more. They'll go to my events and stay the whole day.
Okay.
It makes me happy that I have that effect on our
Right.
community. That's why I'm continuing doing this.
That's great. Who helps you with your bookings?
Who helps me with my bookings? Unfortunately, I don't have a producer. I wish I had a producer. Because if I had a producer, right, I'll be focusing on my community events, my costume designs, and have someone else book me across the country. I'm the one that does everything.
Oh, that's great.
So it's
That's
I
great.
wear many hats.
Okay.
But one thing that I always tell the girls, it doesn't matter how popular you are or whatever, stay humble.
Right,
Humble
right.
is my middle name.
Okay.
Staying humble, do what I love for the community. And let me tell you, I don't make money out of my events that I produce.
Oh, really?
No, I don't make money out of them.
Okay.
When I'm producing my community events, that's my blessing to the community.
Right.
Now, when I get booked to perform or host, that's something else. But the events, the 2 main events that I do, I don't make no money out of them. I do them because I want to.
Have you appeared in any TV shows?
Well, there was some projects lined up, but the pandemic,
Right.
it just messed everything up. Everything that I had planned, it just messed everything up. So it's like little by little, we're bouncing back.
Right. And so my thing is that, I'm so glad that you're so informative to it, as far as it is, because a lot of people are misjudging it. They don't know about it. And I think they should go into the history to find out about it, because if you don't know about it, they're going to shrug their shoulders and things of that because they was actually taught that. Well, some people think it was wrong, you know, and I see that it is an actual craft of entertainment.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, and it's good that you're featuring that in a sense because people need to know.
Yes, and I have Christian family members that they accept. They go to my shows.
Right.
You know, I have Christian artists, performers. They perform at my events. Like my event is catered for everyone.
Right.
As long as it's a positive message, a positive showcase.
Right.
You know, I'll allow them on my stage. You know,
How
my
do
number one rule is respect.
Right. So how do you come up with your performance? How do you actually come up with this? How do you create your mindset for this?
Sometimes I do something that I planned 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Sometimes I buy a piece of material and I put it inside I have so many bins of materials. Like, not this, but like different materials. And then I'll finally look at it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I have it inside the plastic storage container like for years, and I do it now, and everybody goes crazy with it. Then in my mind, I say, if they only knew I had that put away for 5 years.
Wow.
And I just took it out now, and it's being featured.
Wow, that's
Yes.
incredible. My thing is that when you actually do this,
Yes.
what does people's reaction actually do to you? I mean, when they actually applaud and they like scream and
The audience reaction is what keeps me going.
right.
It's what keeps me going because they see the passion that I put into it.
Right.
And the good thing about my events that for Bronx Pride Festival, I have 4 MCs.
Well, okay.
Yeah, when I used to host it before I started producing it, it was just 2 MCs. You know, I give the entertainment community a chance to be part of the MCing. This year, I'm having 2 new MCs this year, and 2 original ones they've been involved for over 9 years.
All right. So briefly, you want to give some shout outs to some people?
Let me see. I want to give a shout out to my dear brother, DJ Cruz, because DJ Cruz is a producer as well.
Okay.
With the Spanish artists. Because he was the one that when I told him I want to move back to New York City, he was the one that did the promotions for me. And when I came to New York, famous already.
Oh, okay.
Even though I was known in Florida and South Beach and stuff, but in New York City they really didn't know. All they was seeing was promos. Apollonia Cruz coming soon. So my brother, I'm grateful to my brother DJ Cruz.
Okay.
When I came to New York, everybody was, oh, that's Apollonia Cruz. DJ Eddie Cruz is drag sister from South Beach, and now it's the other way around. They go, that's Eddie Cruz, the queen of the Bronx, brother.
I hear that.
So,
Well, you know, it's been an honor. I mean, an honor to have you on my show, Apollonia.
Yeah.
I've known you from when I was the cameraman for the Essence show,
Yes.
and I said I gotta have you on my show.
Thank
and
you,
finally,
thank
it has landed, and I'm very grateful.
Thank you.
And this has been another T-Lo video production with my guest, Apollonia Cruz. And you guys stay tuned for another episode of my show. And thank you guys very much. Thank you, Apollonia.
Thank you. They could find me at Apollonia Cruz on Facebook or the Queen of the Bronx on Instagram.
Okay, thank you.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.